This is a book I wrote with my son, Joshi, who suffers with terrible anxiety and depression for about the last 5-6 years, I would say, to the point where he tried to take his own life. Josh and I wrote this together because I didn't really understand depression. I've got to be honest, I thought, well, what is it? What's he got to be depressed about? That terrible question.
Yeah, because
everyone
I presume,
asks.
like so many other... How old was he when this started?
When it started, about 18, 19.
Yeah, I'll bet the world was at his feet. And
Absolutely.
You thought, he is a lucky, lucky boy. He's got the world ahead of him and everything's going well. And yet... Still.
What's interesting, Anne, is the way that Josh and I started talking by emailing each other. And I once sent him an email saying, what can I do to help you? And he said, Mum, open the window, turn my duvet over, give me a cup of tea, just like... And I said, what, like you were ill? He said, Mum, I am ill.
Isn't it interesting that emailing each other was a way of communicating even when you're in the same house? I've heard this before.
I found it hard, Anne, to ask him up front, are you going to kill yourself, Josh? How desperate are you? And what can I do? And I tried everything and I was out of answers. And it felt like the safest way to ask a difficult question.
Did you blame yourself?
Oh, I still do.
Because if it doesn't happen to the rest of the family, how come it's happening to
What did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I miss? How could I have picked it up? And I would have said I was super mum. I'm on it. I eat with my kids. We go on holiday. I know their friends. I've read the book on how to be a great mum. I do it to the letter. And suddenly I got a phone call to say that my son had tried to take his own life. And it's like, well, how did we get there? What did I miss and how did we get to that point? And this really goes back and explores all those little red flags that I think I chose to kind of ignore a bit because I didn't want my child to be a person like that.
And I read the very opening of the book, which is written by Josh. And he says, you'd always heard about, boys sitting at the... Sorry, this is really upsetting.
I know.
Boys sitting at the edge of their bed thinking, why get up? Holding the pills in his hand and thinking... am I going to do it? And then thinking, I didn't, suddenly I sort of saw myself and realised I was that boy. And it was either him or me sort of thing. I don't know.
And the only reason Josh is still here is down to an awful lot of luck. It's down to an awful lot of luck. And really, we just wanted to say to everyone who's going through it, because we're just like any other family. There's millions of families right now who don't know how to help their kids. There's millions of mums like me who don't know what to do next.
Should they read your book?
I think, that would be...
No, I mean, not, this isn't a sales pitch. Does it help to see that you're not alone, it happens to other families, and there may be a way through it?
It gives a great insight into what was going on in Josh's head and what was going on in my head, because we've written chapter, we take it in turns to write. It's not always an easy read, but I think it's a hopeful and hopefully an educational read.